Hello, folks. It's time for Starfinder Episode 1 as Keskadai.
Starfinder Dead Sons Episode 1 Gangs of Absalom Station. Estimated playtime 90 minutes.
Inventory report: battle staff, laser pistol, second skin, 6 healing serums, arc pistol, and datapad. You have 3 level 1 spell slots and 3 healing channel charges available to use.
You're sitting in a Castrovellian noodle bar on Absalom Station, having spent all night celebrating the success of your first mission for the League of Adventuring Scholars known as the Starfinder Society. Across a table full of tree noodles and Jabaskian dream crab eggs, your best friend Raya is asleep in her chair, her antennae curling and uncurling with each snore. She startles awake as your comm unit vibrates.
Keskadai, you have a call from the Starfinder Society.
As you scramble to accept the message, a familiar insectile Sheeran face fills the screen.
Hello again. Kisk here, calling from the Starfinder Society with good news. We've got an experienced Starfinder named Dervor Creel arriving shortly, and it's his first time on Absalom Station. He could use someone local to show him around, and you could learn a lot from him. What do you say?
Do you accept?
Well, duh. Why else are we here?
Chiskisk waves their antennae happily.
I knew I could count on you. I'm sending you his picture and itinerary right now. He's coming in on the transport Okimoro, which is set to land in Docking Bay 94. Don't be late.
The call ends, and Raya grins at you.
What did I tell you? I bet this Creole can take us on all sorts of adventures.
She glances at her gauntlet computer, one of the many pieces of wearable tech that mark her as a technomancer.
The Okimoro is scheduled to arrive pretty soon. Let's get going.
Raya leaps up and grabs your hand, swiping a cred stick across the table's sensor as she leads you toward the door. On your way out, you grab a handful of dream crab eggs and tuck them into the belt canister where you carry your son, Chick-Chick. The larva greedily devours the glowing globes.
Progress saved. 5% complete. I'll automatically save your progress along the way, and you can pause the game anytime you'd like.
Outside, Downlow's Central Market is bustling, as always. A Sheeran option junkie staggers past you, holding a menu from a food cart, blissfully drunk on the sheer variety of choices. You've stepped wide around the addict, suppressing a shudder. While you pride yourself on not overindulging, you still find making your own decisions as addictive as any Sheeran, and know that there but for the grace of Pharasma go you. You and Raya push through the crowded streets and slip onto a maglev headed out toward Docking Bay 94, near the tip of one of Absalom Station's 6 radial arms. In the seat next to you, an elderly Yosoki is watching news feeds on her datapad, with the sound cranked all the way up.
In local news, legal disputes continue over the mysterious asteroid known as the Drift Rock, with rival mining companies Astral Extractions and the Hardscrabble Collective both laying claim. Both the asteroid and the Akron. The ship that discovered it in the drift appeared near Absalom Station 2 weeks ago, with no sign of crew aboard. Station security has maintained a quarantine
This
around
is our
the ship.
stop.
The Akron.
You step off the maglev into a bustling docking bay with the number 94 painted huge on grimy metal walls. Passengers mill around the landing skids of various shuttles, while dock workers in lumbering cargo lifters stomp between them, carrying shipping crates. A serious-looking human shoves past you, rushing to get into the docking bay.
Move it, tourist.
Rude.
Do you confront the man? Or let it go?
So rude. We're going to, confront him.
You move to go after him, but are cut off by one of the mechanized cargo lifters. When it passes, you don't see any trace of him.
Come on, Creel's craft should have docked by now.
You
Rude.
turn your attention to the various spacecraft currently docked, and immediately spot the Okimoro in the middle of the bay.
That's it. Creel must be close by.
Rolling for perception check. 11 plus 8 perception bonus is 19.
There he is.
You spot a middle-aged dwarf matching Creel's description, recognizable also by the compass-like symbol of the Starfinder Society, emblazoned on his coveralls. You wave to get his attention, and he waves back, smiling broadly. You start in that direction, but Raya grabs your arm.
Hey, what's up with them?
While most of the people in the docking bay are going about their business, a number of hard-looking individuals are moving furtively through the crowd, flashes of armor visible beneath their coats. They appear to be taking up defensive positions behind stacks of crates and machinery. Suddenly, one of them pulls a gun.
Oh shit!
You yank Raya down behind a shipping container just as the dock erupts into chaos. You see Creel go down as a laser lances through his throat.
Damn!
As you take stock of the situation, you see 3 humans trading fire with a Yosoki, a halfling, and a gnome with a bright green mohawk. Both sides display the tattoos and rebellious body mods typical of Spike street gangs. While the 2 gangs appear to be aiming for each other, they clearly don't care who gets caught in the crossfire. Raya flinches as a bullet slams into a cargo container just over her head, then turns to you, eyes wide.
We've got to do something.
You're both armed. You could try attacking the gangsters outright and driving them off. At the same time, your eye catches on the giant-powered exoskeleton of a nearby cargo lifter. Maybe you could use that to scatter the gangsters.
Do you fight back? Or sprint to the cargo lifter?
Okay, we're gonna try the cargo lifter because it's cool, but this doesn't always work. We have to roll to see if it works.
Go for it! I'll cover you!
You crawl over the cargo lifter. The operator, a Kasathan man in stained coveralls, huddles terrified behind its armored bulk. Talking quickly, you try to convince him that you can stop this madness, but you need to borrow his lifter.
Rolling for interaction check.
Oh, come on.
20 plus 6
Yes!
interaction bonus is 26.
The driver tosses you a key fob and flees the dock. You slide inside the exoskeleton and grasp the controls.
This is cool.
The cargo lifter hums to life, its oversized metal limbs moving in sync with your own. You rise to your feet and pilot the giant exoskeleton across the docking bay, directly toward the gangsters. The gangsters see you coming and turn their weapons on you, but the lifter's heavy industrial frame shrugs off their lasers and bullets. Thugs scream and scatter as you smash through their fortifications. As you lift one of the shipping containers menacingly, the gangsters break and flee, escaping into nearby docks and leaving their fallen behind. Bystanders cheer, and alarm lights finally begin to flash, accompanied by the rising sound of station security sirens. Looking around at the property damage you've inflicted, you discreetly slip out of the cargo lifter and back to Raya's side.
Nice.
Progress saved. 15% complete. You can always return to your last save point if you ever have need to.
As uniformed security teams and patrol bots flood the docking bay, Raya runs over to Creel and kneels down. She looks up at you and shakes her head.
He's gone.
Are you angry? Devastated? Or at a loss for words?
Angry? They just gunned him down, man. It's fucked up.
Raya mirrors the furious look on your face.
This never should have happened. This is Absalom Station, not some lawless frontier world. Where was station security? If we hadn't fought back, who knows how many people would have died, like poor Duravor.
She turns back to the dwarf's body, looking for anything useful.
Hey, look at this.
Raya picks up a neatly wrapped package the dwarf was carrying. You notice the name Chiskisk written on the outside.
We should take this to Chiskisk.
Before you can answer, a half-elf in a station security uniform points to you.
Hey, you two, stay right there. I want to talk to you.
He stalks over.
I heard from witnesses that you were part of this mess. If you know anything, now's the time to spill it.
Do you explain that you were only there to meet a contact? Or that you didn't start the fight?
Explain we only there to meet a contact.
Look, the only reason we were here was to pick up our fellow Starfinder. Before we could even talk to him, these thugs showed up and all hell broke loose. After that, we just did what we could to protect the bystanders.
Figures. Well, by the tattoos on the corpses, it looks like this was the Downside Kings and the Level 21 crew. They've been clashing all over the station this week. It's been a real pain in my ears.
He looks down at Creel's
Pain in
corpse
his
and
ears.
frowns.
Oh, that's one hell of a wound. I'm sorry to say, but I think your friend was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
From across the bay, an officer waves for the detective's attention.
Hey, Rini, come take a look at this.
Detective Rini turns back to you and holds up his comm unit.
I just sent you my office coordinates. Name's Detective Rini. We'll make sure your friend's possessions get to his next of kin. You think of anything else you want to tell me about what happened here or why, you come find me, all right? Now get lost so we can get the scene contained.
Do you press for more details on the gangs? Or get out of there?
We're gonna get out of there because he was in the wrong place or the wrong place at the wrong time. Or was he? That's what we have to figure out now.
Raya looks at the package in her hand.
Come on. Let's get this to Chiskisk and tell them what happened.
As you turn to leave, you raise your hand and draw the spiral of Pharasma in the air, blessing Creel and the other victims of the violence. May the Lady of Graves look kindly on their souls. You take the train back in from the docks. At the other end of the car, a Vesk and a human wearing the trademark crimson body armor of Red Scale Security are squabbling good-naturedly.
I think the Acreon's crew saw something they shouldn't and somebody took them out.
Nonsense! They clearly went mad in the drift and spaced themselves.
Yeah? Well then how'd they bring that rock back? You ask me, that's no ordinary asteroid, it's a piece of lost Galarian.
Oh, please. It's always Galarian with you humans. Nobody cares about your missing homeworld. The vast is full of planets. Stop whining and conquer yourselves a new one already.
Still squabbling, they exit the train. Soon after, you reach your stop, Drifter's End.
Progress saved. 20% complete.
As its name implies, the district of Drifter's End caters to spacers from all over the galaxy, from alien ambassadors to long-haul cargo crews. Explorers crowd the bars, drawn to the neighborhood by the Lorespire complex, the legendary home of the Starfinder Society. As you enter the complex's hallowed halls, a receptionist greets you and takes you back to a small, cluttered office. Chiskisk sits behind a desk, wearing a dapper business suit. Books and artifacts crowd the walls, and a small anti-grav desk fountain flows in tiny loops in the air. The Shirin looks up at you Antennae frozen in shock.
I just received notification of the incident. This is extremely distressing. Durivor was an old friend. What in the world's happened?
As you explain, the Shirin slumps back in their chair, antennae wilting.
The Society lost a truly gifted Starfinder today, and I, a great friend.
Chiskisk shakes their head.
Do you tell them about the package? Or offer condolences first?
Offer condolences first.
Thank you. I appreciate that you did what you could. I'm sorry that you didn't get the chance to know him better.
Raya holds up the package.
He was bringing this for you.
Oh?
Chiskisk takes the package eagerly, carefully unwrapping it. Inside is a chunk of dull gray stone, bearing a fossil of what appears to be a small, many-legged rodent fish.
Oh, this is just magnificent. Durivor was a prospector working in the asteroids of the diaspora. He told me he'd recently found an intact Demiaran fossil from before the cataclysm that created the asteroid belt. He knows I'm obsessed with pre-catastrophe diasporan ecosystems. It's how we met, actually. Oh, Queen, what a friend. And now he's gone.
Chiskisk stares down at the fossil, mouth parts churning in silent grief.
Do you ask why Durivor was visiting Absalom Station? Or who would want him dead?
Ask both, so...
Chiskisk looks up at you sharply.
Durivor was here to testify as an expert witness in the Acreon case. You must have heard about it. It's all over the news feeds. The Acreon, a mining ship, came across an asteroid out in the transportational dimension known colloquially as the Drift, which is very unusual. They towed it back here to investigate, but when they arrived near the station, the crew was gone. Quite the mystery.
So what's the dispute?
Oh, some sort of business thing. From what I gather, the Acreon is operated by the Hardscrabble Collective, but it had been hired by a larger mining conglomerate called Astral Extractions to scout mining sites. Now both companies are claiming sole ownership of the ship and this drift rock. Durivor was always an outspoken advocate for miners' rights. I believe he was here to testify on the Hardscrabble Collective's behalf.
But would that make him a target?
Perhaps, if the stakes were high enough.
Chiskisk looks down at an alert on their datapad, scrolling quickly through the text with one long chitinous finger.
I see. According to the Docking Bay incident report just released by station security, no other innocents were killed in the attack. But you say he was shot within the first few moments. To me, that seems like a strong indication that Durivor's death wasn't a coincidence. I don't have proof, but it doesn't look like station security is going to dig much deeper. They've already written it off as more tragic gang violence.
Chiskisk gives you a pleading look.
Durivor was a Starfinder, and an attack on him is an attack on the Society. You've already shown you can handle yourselves in a fight. Will you investigate his death?
What do you say?
Well, of course we will. Be honored to. But can't say that. I mean, I guess we could. But it wouldn't matter.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I know you'll get justice for poor Durivor, and I can offer you each 500 credits upon completion. Please call me as soon as you've figured out who's responsible and why. I'd start with the Hardscrabble Collective. Those were his people. Maybe they can fill in the missing details. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to be alone for a bit.
Clutching the fossil to their chest like a teddy bear, Chiskisk walks you to the building's front door. A moment later, you're standing outside in the bustle of morning traffic.
Congratulations. You earned the Who Killed Durivor Creel award for beginning your investigation into Creel's death. Keep playing to discover more awards.
Where should we start?
Do you investigate Astral Extractions? Or the Hardscrabble Collective?
We're gonna do the Hardscrabble Collective first.
Progress saved. 30% complete.
Creel's friends in the Hardscrabble Collective must know something. Let's see what we can find about them on the station's infosphere.
Time to test your cultural knowledge. The culture skill represents your ability to recall or research knowledge about a society's customs, history, legends, or prominent individuals. Rolling for culture check. 13 plus 6 culture bonus is 19. Searching for information on the Hardscrabble Collective. The Hardscrabble Collective is a tight-knit union of asteroid miners, operating primarily in the packed world's asteroid belt known as the Diaspora. Though its members refer to themselves as a clan, they in fact comprise many different species. The cooperative's Absalom Station branch is headed by Otal Sirisi. Scanning public posts mentioning the collective. I found discussion of a Hardscrabble members meeting at an Absalom Station hotel called the Moons of Sleep. The meeting is set for today.
Well, that's convenient. How do you feel about dropping by to ask some questions?
Do you feel excited? Or cautious?
Cautious.
Me too. But if they were friends of Creel, hopefully we can convince them we're on the same side. Let's go.
A short ride on public transportation lands you in front of a low-rent hotel near the docks. A holographic display above the entrance projects a rotating image of the packed world's gas giant Liavara, with all its rings and moons. A sign on the door reads, "Closed for private event."
This is it! The Moons of Sleep.
Rolling for perception check. 1 plus 8 perception bonus is 9.
Oh!
A halfling woman in the gray coveralls of an asteroid miner stands next to the front door, checking IDs against a datapad.
Huh. I didn't expect security. The collective must be on high alert. Maybe we can convince them we're members of the collective.
Do you bully the guard? Pretend to be members of the collective? Or just explain who you are?
Just explain who we are.
You walk up to the door. The halfling holds out her hand to stop you.
Name?
Raya Danviri, but you won't find it on your list. We're here to talk to Otal Serisi about Derevor Creel's death.
Rolling for interaction check. 16 plus 6 interaction bonus is 22.
The halfling looks you over, taking in your outfits and weaponry, then nods slowly. She steps aside and waves you past. Inside, the hotel bar is packed with people of all different species, most wearing the dust-stained coveralls of asteroid miners. All eyes are on a small stage at the far end of the room, where a human man with the crimson skin of a native Akatonian has his fist in the air.
Do you try to get closer to the stage? Or stay where you are?
Stay where we are. We don't want anyone to know we're here yet.
This whole Acreon business is theft, clear as crystal. The Acreon was our ship, and we found that asteroid floating in the drift. Are we just going to sit back and let them take it? They claim that just because they'd hired us to do a job, they have sole rights to investigate the ship and claim the rock. But is accepting a work contract the same as selling someone your home? Those slimy plutocrats are trying to steal our ship, but we've got truth and the Level 21 crew on our side. The collective will fight them every step of the way, in the courts or in the streets.
Raya nudges you.
I think that's Otal.
You make your way to the side of the stage. As the man descends, wiping sweat from his face, he spots you and holds out his hand.
Welcome, brethren. I don't believe we've met. I'm Otal Serisi, captain of the Dust Runner and speaker for the collective's Absalom Station branch. How can I help?
Raya smiles winningly.
Pleased to meet you. Though I wish it were under better circumstances. We're not actually hardscrabblers. We're from the Starfinder Society. We have some questions about Durivor Creel's death.
Otal's face grows somber.
Poor Durivor. He was a proper son of the diaspora, that one. Stardust in his bones. He was never a hardscrabbler, but one of his cousins was. She died in a mining accident years ago. He knew our claim on the Acreon and its cargo was strongest, and would have testified as much.
So I hear. We're looking to bring justice to whoever's responsible. So if you have any idea who might have...
Oh, we know all right. The Downside Kings killed him. I can't prove it, but I know it's true.
Otal starts to spit on the floor, then reconsiders.
Those Downside punks are the worst kind of scobs. Preying on their own community, murdering and kidnapping and all sorts of evil. Astral Extractions hired them to rough us up, to try and get us to drop our claim on the Acreon and the Drift Rock. But hardscrabblers don't scare easy. Though I didn't expect they'd go so far as to murder Durivor.
Raya looks to you.
Do you ask about the Level 21 crew? The Drift Rock? Or Astral Extractions?
Alright, we're going to ask about everything, so level 21 crew.
Otal glances around furtively, lowering his voice.
Oh, you heard that part, did you? Well, fair enough. Once Astral Extractions hired the Downside Kings to try and intimidate us, we needed protection, so we contacted the Level 21 crew. You might have seen a few of their heavies out front. The Level 21ers are gangsters, but they're better than most. They're fundamentally egalitarian and take care of their community. Their leader, a Yosoki named Jabaxa, agreed to watch our backs. For a fee, of course. That's all I know, but if you want to talk to Jabaxa, I hear you can find them at a bodega called Mama Fats.
Do you ask about the Drift Rock? Astral Extractions? Or leave?
Otal's thick eyebrows draw together in a scowl.
The Acreon was a hard-scrabble ship, which means both it and the Drift Rock belong to its crew. Or to their next of kin, if the worst has happened. I don't know why Astral Extractions is so intent on stealing it, but they'll regret the day they tried to double-cross the Collective.
Do you ask about Astral Extractions? Or leave?
Otal glares.
Astral Extractions? They're a bunch of damn leeches is what they are, preying on the honest work of independent miners like us. Oh sure, they'll hire you for contracts, but as soon as you start to trust them, bam! They stab you in the back and try to take what's yours, just like with his Acreon business.
Thank you for your time, Otal. You've been very helpful.
I only hope you can find justice for Durivor.
As you head out the door, Raya winks at the guard. Within moments, the two of you have disappeared back into the station's crowded streets.
Should we follow up with Astral Extractions and see what they have to tell us? Or should we take Otal at his word?
Do you trust him? Or follow up with Astral Extractions?
We're going to trust him, actually. Because Astral will catch up with us.
So what do you think? Otal clearly believes that the Downside Kings are responsible. But if they're dangerous enough to strong-arm the whole collective, I don't think we can take them all on alone. We could head to Mama Fats and talk to the leader of the Level 21 crew. See if their story lines up with Otal's, maybe recruit them to help us. Or we could bring what we found to Detective Rini and see if station security can get to the bottom of this.
Do you continue the investigation at Mama Fats? Or bring what you found to station security?
Detective Rini sucks, so we're gonna continue the investigation at Mama Fats.
Progress saved. 40% complete.
Okay, it says Mama Fats is down on level 21. Honestly, I feel like these gangsters could show a little more creativity with their names. Anyway, let's go check it out.
A series of high-speed elevators carries you and Raya down through the Spike, the mysterious and half-explored underbelly of Absalom Station, where the station's less fortunate citizens carve out homes alongside criminals and strange beasts. At level 21, you get off and follow your AI's directions to Mama Fats. Mama Fats is a typical slum-side bodega, its exterior walls tagged with color-changing graffiti. Inside, an elderly halfling woman sits behind the counter. Two other women, a gnome with a green mohawk and an android with a corporate brand burned into her cheek, stand silent guard next to a stockroom door. Both have the obvious bulges of tactical batons tucked into the backs of their waistbands. Raya pulls you into an aisle full of traditional halfling snacks.
Those are totally members of the level 21 crew. That door must lead to their hideout. I'm thinking we try to talk our way into a meeting with the big boss. You ready?
What do you say?
Great.
Raya steps out of the aisle directly in front of the two thugs.
Hi there. We're looking for a meeting with your boss. You wanna escort us inside?
The gnome with the mohawk squints at you.
Wait a second. I recognize you. You're the punk who stopped us with that cargo lifter in the docking bay.
The two thugs step closer together in front of the door, hands going to their concealed batons.
I'm gonna count to 1. And if you're still here, Mama Fat's cleaner bots are gonna be scrubbing you off the floor.
Raya glances sideways at you, her telepathic voice loud inside your head.
That was not what I expected.
Do you fight them? Or surrender and try to explain what happened?
I think we're gonna go with try to explain what happened.
Raya raises her hands in surrender.
Hey, I think this is all a big misunderstanding. We were just simply defending ourselves.
Sure, of course. Well, today's your lucky day. You wanted to see the boss, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Keep those hands where I can see them.
The gnome gestures you to enter, now with tactical baton in hand. Beyond the doors, what you assume to be the stockroom turns out to be a short hallway, opening onto a surprisingly lush clubhouse with a low ceiling. Gangsters of various species lounge around on cushions smoking hookahs and cleaning weapons. From a table at the far end of the room, a scarred Yosoki with a cybernetic eye and an ostentatious purple cape holds court. A screen behind him showing a live video feed of the bodega. He motions you forward.
Ah, yes, our uninvited guests. Welcome. My name is Jabaxa, and I lead the Level 21 crew. You must need my help badly to risk barging into my den. But why, I wonder? Should I want to help you?
To get him to help you, do you ask nicely? Or threaten him?
You launch into an explanation of your investigation and how you believe that the Downside Kings killed Durivor Creel. You point out that by helping you bring Durivor's murderers to justice, the Level 21 crew could deal a blow to a rival gang.
Will you help us help you?
Rolling for interaction.
Oh,
check.
of course.
14 plus 6 interaction bonus is 20.
Jabaxa listens attentively to your argument, then smiles, revealing long yellow incisors.
You make a good point. First off, it's important to know that the Downside Kings are the worst sort of gangsters. All guns and no honor. They prey on their own neighbors and don't care who they hurt. Their leader, Farani Nadaz, is a true sociopath. You can find her at a bar called the Fusion Queen, but I wouldn't recommend it. She'll gut you as soon as talk to you. That's why the Hardscrabble Collective hired us, to protect them from her thugs. Which brings us to Docking Bay 94. We were there protecting the Collective's interests, by which I mean Starfinder Creel. But the Downsiders got lucky and took him out before we could intervene. They assassinated a good man. An advocate for the working class. And for what? Money? There are a million ways to get money.
Raya looks to you.
Do you ask him to help you take down the Downside Kings?
Yeah.
The Downside Kings disgust me. But my agreement with Otal only provides for the Collective's basic safety and security. Taking on the Downsiders on their own turf would require an exceptionally large number of additional credits, which I'm confident you do not possess. But I suspect all roads lead to the Fusion Queen for you two. I certainly have no love for Varani Nadaz. If you find yourself in her gaudy excuse for a nightclub, just know that her goons shouldn't overly trouble you. They aren't as tough as they look. No. Varani is on the second floor in the VIP area. The only gang member with access is her right-hand Vesk. Watch out for him. Big, tough, and deadly when within arm's reach. If you end up in a confrontation, keep your distance.
Do you ask about the Drift Rock? Or astral extractions? Or leave?
Do both, like we usually do.
Jabaxa waves a hand.
All I know about the Acreon and the Drift Rock is what's on the news. Astral Extractions and the Hardscrabble Collective are fighting over it. It must be important, though, for them to go so far as to hire mercenaries.
Do you ask about astral extractions? Or leave?
As a business person, I have no grudge against astral extractions. Our clashes with their enforcers are just part of the job. In my Yosoki heart, however, I admit I can't abide white-collar criminals. If you're going to stab someone, have the courtesy to look them in the eye. Hiring the Downside Kings to do their dirty work is cowardice. Plain and simple.
As you turn to leave, Jabaxa lifts a glass in salute.
Until we meet again.
Guards lead you out of the clubhouse and back out onto the street.
So, what should we do next? I guess we could bring what we found to Detective Rini and see if station security can take it from here. Or, we could visit the Downside Kings ourselves and try to dig up some hard evidence.
Do you bring what you found to station security? Or pursue the Downside Kings yourselves?
Pursue the Downside Kings ourselves, because if we go to Detective Rini, it'll tip him off that we're investigating, and he's not on our side, and we don't like that. So, we are going to go after them.
Alright, but Chiskisk would want to know what we found out so far. Let's report back first, and then take on the Kings.
Progress saved. 55% complete.
You arrive at the Lorespire complex, and the receptionist recognizes you, waving you through to Chiskisk's office. The Shirin looks up as you enter, antennae twitching in anticipation.
Back so soon. What have you learned?
You explain that the evidence points to the Downside Kings having intentionally assassinated Duravor Creel, and that you believe they were hired by Astral Extractions as part of the ongoing dispute over the Acreon and the Drift Rock.
Excellent work. But how do we bring them to justice? Station Security's public statements make it clear they've closed the case.
We've learned that Downside Kings operate out of a nightclub known as the Fusion Queen, down in the Spike. We're betting that the answers we need are there.
Chiskisk's antennae bob thoughtfully.
Very good, very good. But by all accounts, the Kings are what you might call a rough crowd. If they recognize you from the docking bay, I shudder to think what they might do. But actually, perhaps I can help in that regard.
Chiskisk reaches into a drawer and pulls out 2 wide bracelets inlaid with elegant electronics.
Are those holoskins? Chiskisk, you sneaky bug.
Yes, well, there have been times in my research where it's been expedient to be someone other than myself, if you take my meaning. Not everyone appreciates the Starfinder Society's investigations. Regardless, these should help you avoid being recognized.
Chiskisk holds the bracelets out to you.
Halaskin added to inventory. Do you ask how they work? Or simply offer your thanks?
Ask how they work, just because.
They are single-use holographic projectors that disguise your appearance. They aren't perfect and can't fool physical inspection, but they should help you at least gain entry to the Fusion Queen.
Thanks, Chiskisk. We'll head to the Fusion Queen tonight and find out what we can.
Thank you, my friends, and good luck.
You turn and leave the Lorespire complex.
Progress saved. 75% complete.
You make your way down to the Fusion Queen, passing through some of Absalom Station's poorer neighborhoods. Given the way passers-by move quickly and look over their shoulders, you expect the Fusion Queen to be a run-down dive. But upon drawing near, you're surprised to find it brightly lit, with neon lights in the shape of a crown. A small line of patrons, dressed in their finest, stand behind a velvet rope, waiting for 2 bouncers, a human and a Sheeran, to use keycards to buzz them through the door.
Huh. Guess this is a happening spot. Those guards look serious. They're not even trying to hide their guns.
She quickly pulls up structural schematics on her wrist computer.
I'm not seeing any other entrances. So, what's the plan for getting in? We could try staring them down, but I think we'll have a better chance if we disguise ourselves with the holoskins we got from Chiskisk.
Do you disguise yourselves? Or try intimidating the guards?
Disguise ourselves. We got them for.
All right, let's see what these babies can do.
Rolling for interaction check. 7 + 6 interaction bonus is 13.
As you activate your holoskin, a beam of projected light scans your body. A second later, there's the flash of a holoprojector, and you look down to see that you're now covered in an appropriate clubbing outfit. Though the illusion is flawless, you can thankfully still feel all your usual gear beneath
Also, that was a quick 20%.
You look over to where Raya was, but instead, you see a fashionable human woman in a purple jumpsuit.
Whoa! This works really well. What do you think? How do I look?
Do you tell her that her disguise is excellent? Or just okay?
Excellent.
Right? I don't think even my parents would recognize me. I mean, physically. Of course, they'd still recognize me telepathically. But you! I definitely don't recognize you! I mean, mostly. There are some similarities, but hopefully not enough to get us burned. I guess we'll find out. Let's do this!
You draw a few looks as you join the queue, but soon enough you reach the front of the line where the bouncers wait. The human is a big man with a mustache, while the Sheeran wears a leather jacket and numerous antennae piercings. The guards don't give any sign of recognizing you.
Well, hello. Come on in.
Ooh, that sounded creepy.
He gestures for his partner to undo the velvet rope and step aside.
Have fun.
So did that.
Progress saved. 80% complete.
Inside, the dimly lit nightclub is filled with the press of bodies, a haze of narcotic smoke, and the pounding beat and ululating vocals of Bacharang music. Booths line one wall, and a long bar occupies another. At the far end of the dance floor, bouncers in black body armor guard a wide staircase leading up to a balcony that's clearly VIP only.
Rolling for perception check. 19 plus 8 perception bonus is 27.
As you scan the crowd, your eyes snag on a familiar figure descending the steps from the balcony. You elbow Raya.
Ow, what? Oh, great, Yaresa. Is that Detective Rini? What's he doing here?
Do you approach the detective?
Ha! Absolutely not! See, I said he wasn't on our side.
The detective puts his head down and hurries across the crowded dance floor, then ducks out the exit.
Something tells me he wasn't here for the music.
You're eyeing the stairs to the VIP area, contemplating how best to approach what's clearly the gangsters' headquarters, when a commotion near the door catches your attention. A gyrating Kasatha catches your eye and begins walking toward you, or trying to. The dancer lurches with each step, seeming to stumble over invisible obstacles. You notice they're a full head and shoulders shorter than every other Kasatha in the club.
What is wrong with that guy? And what on Castrovel is he wearing? Those boots are built for a Vesk, and I'm pretty sure those goggles are made for a Sheeran. No wonder he can barely walk.
As the Kasatha draws near, you realize that its arms are covered in purple fur.
Hello, new friend! It's me again!
Wait, a Skittermander? Are you the same one from the maintenance tunnels?
I've been following you. You probably didn't know because my disguise is so clever. Do you like it?
Are you impressed with the Skittermander's disguise?
Yeah, no need to be mean to the guy.
The Kasatha Mander winks at you.
Oh, this is so exciting! Oh, I almost forgot. This is a scary place, a dangerous place, not safe. But you're so brave. I brought you a gift, yes. You're a friend of all Skittermanders.
The cleverly disguised Skittermander passes objects to each of you, wrapped in garish green fabric.
How in the... a healing serum? How did you get this?
I have many tricks, many secrets. You kept me safe, now I keep you safe.
Greater healing serum added to inventory.
Oh, nice.
Go now! Too much dancing. Also, those big guys over there are looking at you. Well, they must like your flashing holoskin. Very bold, fashion forward. Goodbye, new friend.
Abandoning its miss-sized boots on the dance floor, the Skittermander scurries between patrons' legs and back out the door. You glance at Raya and realize that her holoskin is indeed glitching. The heavy haze in the air and strobe lights on the dance floor must be overloading the unit's projector. Across the dance floor, one of the armored thugs near the stairs is pointing at you and speaking into a comm unit.
Uh-oh.
The music suddenly cuts out as bright white lights flood the room, partially blinding you.
Party's over, everyone! You got exactly 30 seconds before we start using stragglers as target practice.
As your vision adjusts, you notice that the thugs have produced laser pistols.
Do you try to escape with the crowd? Or ready your weapons?
We'll try to escape. It won't work, but you know, why not?
You turn and attempt to blend in with the crowd, but the Sheeran thug from the entrance emerges from the river of fleeing partygoers and blocks your exit. He motions with his pistol for you to turn back around. By the stairs, the other gangsters grin, waiting with the air of predators who have their prey cornered. At the top of the staircase, an enormous Vesk in heavy armor strides casually into view, peering down at you.
Is this some kind of joke? This is it? Just these two?
This is them, Brokalio. The two from the docking bay.
Huh. Oh, this hassle over a dead dwarf. What was his name again?
Creel, Brokalio. Duravor Creel.
Creel! That's right. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. By the way, excellent shot, Jenk. From what the others tell me, you got him from clear across the bay. And with that level 21 trash shooting at you, no less. That's a shot worthy of a Vesk.
So you admit it? You assassinated Duravor.
Assassinated? That's a little dramatic for some dwarven asteroid miner. Creel was a contract, plain and simple. But you two, you've made yourselves an inconvenience, one which Farani takes personally. So now you're a loose end, and the kings don't leave loose ends.
He motions to the thugs and turns away.
Rolling for
Here we
initiative.
go.
7 plus 2 initiative bonus is 9. Rolling for the other combatants. The first thug fires his pistol at you.
Of course.
The second thug fires his pistol at Raya.
Ow.
Bring it on.
2 damage. Raya is slightly injured. The third thug fires his pistol at you.
Is that all you got?
2 damage. You have 10 hit points remaining. Raya is next to you, and 3 thugs are just beyond your range, 90 feet ahead. To use Mind Thrust, get within 60 feet of an enemy. To start your turn,
Advance.
you advance 30 feet. To end your turn, do you cast Mind Thrust? Or fire at the first thug?
Cast Mind Thrust.
Do you cast Mind Thrust on the first thug? The second thug? Or the third thug?
The second one.
Rolling for damage. 12. The second thug is
Hell
defeated.
yeah.
Raya advances 30 feet, then supercharges your weapon.
Supercharge online!
Oh, awesome!
The first thug fires his pistol at you.
Nice.
The third thug fires his pistol at you.
Bring it on.
2 damage. You have 8 hit points remaining. Raya is next to you, and 2 thugs are within range, 60 feet ahead. For some protection from ranged attacks, try taking cover. Keskadai, do you fire at the first thug? Or take cover?
Fire at the first thug.
Keskadai, a quick question before rolling for attack. If you'd like to speed things up, you can turn on fast mode, where I will skip the dice roll details and jump
But I
to the
don't wanna.
outcome. Would you like to turn on fast mode?
No.
Okay, fast mode not enabled. Rolling for attack. 14, plus 2 attack bonus,
Yes.
is 16. Rolling for damage. 2 plus 6 supercharge bonus is 8 damage. The first thug
Oh,
is defeated.
nice.
Do you take cover? Or advance?
Take cover.
You quickly get behind cover. Raya fires her laser pistol at the third thug.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I'm smart and dangerous.
1 damage. The third thug is slightly injured, then Raya takes cover. The third thug fires his pistol at you. Raya is next to you, and the third thug is within range, 60 feet ahead. Rolling for attack. 3 plus 2
Aw,
attack
damn
bonus
it.
is 5. Miss.
Kings conquer.
Do you stay in cover? Or advance? You stay in cover. Raya fires her laser pistol at the third thug.
Oh, nice! Critical hit.
Take that!
Critical hit, 6 damage. The third thug is defeated.
Congratulations. You earned the battle-tested award for winning 3 combats in a
Nice.
row. Keep playing to discover more awards.
Raya takes a healing serum. And is now fully healed. You are 4 hit points short of your maximum and have 6 healing serums. Do you use a healing serum?
Yes.
Rolling for healing amount. 1.
Really?
1 hit point healed. You have 9 hit points remaining. You are 3 hit points short of your maximum and have 5 healing serums. Do you? Rolling for healing amount. 5. 5 hit points healed. You are at full health with 12 hit points.
Congratulations. You earned the Endurivor's Name Award for defeating Durivore Creel's killer. Keep playing to discover
Not
more
yet.
awards.
Progress saved. 85% complete. Pause for now? Or keep playing?
We're not done.
With the thugs defeated, you sprint up the stairs to the balcony to find the huge Vesk standing next to a slim, mean-looking human woman.
Well, that was annoying. Now I'll have to promote 3 new enforcers.
I take it you're the leader of this rabble.
Ferrani Nadaz in the flesh, ruling queen of the Downside Kings. Now, forgive me for cutting the introduction short, but in a few minutes, you'll be just another dead nuisance. Rokalayo, get them.
As you command, Ferrani.
Rolling for initiative. 13 plus 2 initiative bonus is 15. Rolling for the other combatants. Raya advances
Yay,
30
we
feet.
get to go first.
Raya and the bodyguard are 30 feet ahead, and Ferrani is within range and taking cover, 60 feet ahead. To start your turn, do you fire at Ferrani? Or fire at the bodyguard?
Fire at the bodyguard.
Rolling for attack. 7 plus 2 attack bonus is 9. Rolling for damage. 6.
Lucky shot.
The bodyguard is
Ooh,
injured.
nice.
To end your turn, do you take cover? Or advance? You quickly get behind cover. Ferrani fires her semi-auto pistol at you.
Ow!
You're in over your head.
2 damage. You have 10 hit points remaining. The bodyguard whips his baton at Raya.
You bleed shame.
6
Whoa!
damage. Raya is hurt and visibly slowing down. Raya advances 30 feet. Raya and the bodyguard are 30 feet ahead, and Ferrani is within range and taking cover, 60 feet ahead. You are behind cover. Keskadai, do you fire at the bodyguard? Fire at Ferrani?
That was not good.
Rolling for attack. 4 plus
Shit.
2 attack bonus is 6. Miss. Do you stay in cover? Or advance? You remain behind cover. Ferrani fires her semi-auto pistol at you.
Are you ready to fight now?
4 damage. You have
Oh,
6 hit
shit.
points remaining. The bodyguard swings his baton at Raya.
No!
Kings conquer.
6
Oh,
damage.
fuck!
Raya falls
No!
unconscious. The bodyguard is 30 feet ahead, and
No,
Ferrani
no,
is
no,
within
no,
range
no.
and taking cover, 60 feet ahead. You are behind cover. To get Raya back into the fight, try using Healing Channel. Keskadai, do you use Healing Channel? Fire at the bodyguard? Or fire at Ferrani? Rolling for attack. 18, plus 2 attack bonus, is 20. Rolling for damage. 1. The bodyguard is wounded. Do you stay in cover? Or advance?
I'm gonna redo this fight, because this is bullshit.
You stay in cover. Ferrani fires her semi-auto
I'm
pistol
gonna
at
let
you.
her kill me. Or let them kill me.
The bodyguard advances 30 feet, then tries to hammer you with his baton. The bodyguard is within arm's reach, and Ferrani is within range and taking cover. Rolling for attack. 18, plus 2 attack bonus, is 20. Rolling for damage.
Jesus!
1. The bodyguard is hurt and visibly slowing down. Do you stay in cover? Or
this fucking fight is lame.
You remain behind cover. Ferrani fires her semi-auto pistol at you. The bodyguard tries to hammer you with his baton.
Not a challenge.
6 damage. You have 0 hit points remaining.
Yep, redo it.
Congratulations. You earned the Sidekick Killer, 1X award for allowing an ally to be knocked out once, and the Death Eater, Iron award for losing a combat.
Oh.
Keep playing to discover more awards.
You have succumbed to your wounds.
Would you like to try this fight again? Or go back to your last save?
Try again.
Rolling for initiative. 4, plus 2 initiative bonus,
Well,
is 6.
this is going
Rolling for the other combatants.
worse.
Ferrani fires her semi-auto pistol at you.
Yeah, see?
You're in over your head.
4 damage. You have 8 hit points remaining. The bodyguard advances 30 feet, then sends a crushing baton strike towards
No! Why are you beating up on me?
You bleed shame.
you. 4 damage. You have 4 hit points remaining. Raya advances 30 feet, then supercharges
Oh, this
your
is
weapon.
terrible.
Optimization complete. Let's do this.
The bodyguard and Raya are within arm's reach, and Ferrani is within
This
range and taking cover,
sucks.
60 feet ahead. To start your turn, do you use Healing Channel? Swing your battle. Rolling for attack. 15, plus 2 attack bonus, is 17. Rolling for damage. 4, plus 13 supercharge bonus, is 17 damage.
There we go.
The bodyguard is defeated. To end your turn, do you take cover? Or advance?
Use healing channel. Otherwise I'm gonna fucking die.
You already used your action for this turn. To end your turn, do you take cover? Or
Oh,
advance?
fine.
You dart behind cover. Ferrani fires her semi-auto pistol at
Oh,
Ryan.
good. Oh, and she missed. Thank
Hey,
God.
Slowpoke! You're gonna have to be faster than that!
Raya fires her laser pistol at Ferrani.
Nice.
4 damage. Ferrani is wounded, then Raya takes cover. Raya is next to you, and Ferrani is within range and taking cover, 60 feet ahead. You are behind cover. Keskadai, do you use Healing Channel? Fire at Ferrani? Or hide out of sight?
Use healing channel,
Rolling for healing.
please. Oh,
6.
thank you.
You have 10 hit points remaining. Do you stay in cover? Or advance? You remain behind cover. Ferrani fires her semi-auto pistol at you.
Worthless.
4 damage.
Shit.
You have 6 hit points remaining. Raya supercharges your weapon.
Supercharge online!
Raya is next to you, and Ferrani is within range and taking cover, 60 feet. Rolling for attack. 11, plus 2 attack bonus, is 13.
Yes.
Rolling for damage. 5 plus 8 supercharge bonus is 13
Yes.
damage. Ferrani is defeated.
Congratulations. You earned the SOOP award for defeating Ferrani Natives and Verkaleo Hatchbuster in less than 4 turns. Keep playing to discover more
Nice.
awards.
Progress saved. 90% complete.
Vrokalayo and Ferrani lie unconscious on the floor. You kick their weapons away, keeping your own trained on the gang boss. Raya pulls Ferrani into a sitting position and gives her a shake. Battered and bruised, Ferrani slowly opens her eyes.
Wakey, wakey, Ferrani. We came here to get answers.
All right. What do you want to know?
Why did you kill Duravor Creel?
Ferrani sneers.
Why do you think? He was going to testify against Astral Extractions about that derelict mining ship, so they paid us to take him out of the equation.
Do you ask about Astral Extractions? Or the Drift Rock?
Ferrani looks bored.
Do I look like an asteroid miner to you? I don't know scrap about the Acreon or the Drift Rock, other than that Astral Extractions wants them. And I don't need to. My job's leaning on folks until they do what I want. I'm what you call a people person.
Ferrani shrugs out of Raya's grip and gets slowly to her feet, eyeing the weapon you have trained on her.
Listen, I've entertained this little Q&A long enough. Any minute now, kings from all across the station will be flooding this place. You're welcome to stick around if you've got a death wish. Otherwise, get the hell out of my bar. Better yet, get off my station. If I ever see you again, you're dead.
The gangster makes an uncomfortably good point, yet Raya grins. She raises her wrist to show Ferrani her gauntlet computer's screen.
Oh, we'll leave. No worries. But the thing is, while you were talking, I was recording and broadcasting select bits back to station security. Their squads should be arriving right about...
Ferrani's eyes widen. She purses her lips and gives you a slow considering nod, looking at you with new respect.
Well. That does change things, doesn't it?
She turns to look you dead in the eyes, and her sudden smile makes your muscles tense.
Problem is, kings don't get caught.
In a blur of motion, Ferrani draws a compact pistol from the small of her back.
Do you shoot? Or leap forward and try to disarm her?
Shoot. Die, bitch.
Rolling for attack. 7
Aw,
plus
fuck
2
you.
attack bonus is 9.
Ferrani is lightning fast, but you're faster.
Oh, really?
Her shot goes wide, glancing into the ceiling as she crumples to the floor.
I don't... She left us no choice, right?
You nod in agreement.
Come on, let's get out of here.
The two of you
I
quickly
didn't
slip
think
out
that
the
worked.
exit.
Because it was such a low number.
Outside, chaos reigns. You blend in with the crowd of frightened dancers and curious onlookers, slipping past the squad cars and disappearing into the level's maze of corridors. Raya takes your arm, her telepathy loud in your mind.
Let's keep our heads down. Sending an anonymous broadcast was one thing, but I don't really want to discuss the details of our actions with security.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You earned the Downside You Die award for defeating Ferrani Natives. Keep playing to discover more awards.
Progress saved. 95% complete. Pause for now? Or
We've
keep
only
playing?
got 5% left.
After everything you've just been through, the ride out to the station's ring seems weirdly anticlimactic, full of families and commuters. Before you know it, you're being ushered into Chiskisk's office, where the fossilized rodent fish now occupies a place of pride on a shelf, surrounded by hydroponic flowers. Together, you and Raya tell Chiskisk everything you learned from Ferrani. When you're finished, the Sheeran sighs.
Thank you, my friends. You continue to prove yourselves worthy of the Society's confidence in you.
Credit balance increased to 500.
I knew I could count on you, and I'm glad that Duravor's killers will be brought to justice. Or at least some of them. Astral Extractions has a well-earned reputation for avoiding accountability.
The Sheeran brightens suddenly.
But never mind that. I have some thrilling news. Gevalarsk Nor, the ambassador from Eox, has agreed to arbitrate the dispute between Astral Extractions and the Hardscrabble Collective. In order to do so, however, he needs someone to board the Acreon and learn what happened to the crew. He approached the Starfinder Society, and naturally I thought of you. He'd like to meet with you at your earliest convenience.
Us? You want us to investigate the Acreon?
Raya turns to you, so excited that tiny sparks rain from her hair and fingers.
We'd be honored, of course. Where does he live?
An interesting choice of words. You see, Ambassador Nor doesn't live anywhere. He's been dead for thousands of years. But he's still quite eager to meet you.
Progress saved. 100% complete.
Congratulations. You earned the Order of the Skill Seeker. Initiate award for defeating the gangsters with the cargo lifter. Keep playing to discover more awards.
Would you like to hear the episode credits? Or continue to episode 2?
Credits! And then that'll be the end of this one.
This concludes Dead Sons, Episode 1, Gangs of Absalom Station. Written by James L. Sutter. Based on the tabletop adventure Incident at Absalom Station by Robert G. McCreary. Kevin Pariseau as the narrator.
Elizabeth Evans as Raya.
Allison Johnson as Starfinder Chizkisk.
Steve Rimpici as Detective Rini.
Nick Sullivan as Otal Sarisi.
Genesis Oliver as Jabaxa.
Lauren Fortgang as Ferrani Nadaz. Mama Fat's Gnome. And Mama Fat's Android.
LJ Ganser as Korbach and Rokalayo Hatchbuster.
Michael Braun as Kersoffen Man, Male Gangster, and Astral Extractions Robot.
Josh Hurley as
The Skimmermander!
and Human Voice.
Geneviève Bevier as Vesk Soldier and Gnome Gangster.
The Starfinder role-playing game is copyright 2019 by Paizo Inc. All rights reserved.
Congratulations. You have completed episode 1 as Keskudai.